Classes after the show.
Shut up. That's why I hate children.
Alright guys, so as you guys saw, I went to the Transformers The Last Night Optimus Prime Time fan event in IMAX 3D, and they did give me some stuff for going to the event. Of course, they gave me a lanyard. It says Transformers Optimus Prime Time event, whatever. And not just that, but the best thing that they gave me, Optimus Prime t-shirt, which is really cool. Each theater chain had their different shirts. I wish I got the Bumblebee one, but I got the Optimus Prime one. That's still cool. So let's move on to the review. I'm gonna try not to spoil as much as the plot as possible, even though I know that some of you guys don't even give a shit about this movie. But anyways, in Transformers The Last Night, it basically kind of ties into the medieval times with King Arthur, and basically there's a last night that they're going after, and that's as far as I'm gonna try to go with the plot. I'm gonna start off by saying that the Transformers franchise is kind of a mixed bag for me, because I really like the first movie. I don't like the second one that much, but it's enjoyable. I love the third movie. And the fourth one, it's bad, but I like it. This is the last Transformers movie that will be directed by Michael Bay, or at least he says so. But hopefully it is, so we could have more opportunities for different directors to direct these films. For example, the director of Kubo and the Two Strings, Travis Knight, he is gonna direct the Bumblebee spinoff, which I'm really excited to see how it turns out, especially from director Travis Knight, who is going straight from Kubo and Two Strings, a stop motion film, right into a big franchise like Transformers. I really like the idea for this movie, how they're trying to tie into the medieval times with King Arthur and all that, and it's trying something different. I can't remember any of the last four Transformers movies trying to tie in with something like a event like that before, and this is just trying to do something a little bit more different, which I appreciate. It's not trying to do the same alien invasion out of nowhere because they're looking for a cube or something thing. In this case, there is an invasion where they're looking for the last night, but at the same time it kind of ties in with the medieval times, and it's kind of trying to do something unique with its timeline. Just expect your typical kind of first and third Transformers movie here, because I will say it's better than the second and fourth one. There are a lot of things that it pulls from the first and third one, like for example the whole subplot with the army and everything, that's here. And then the crazy explosions and action scenes from the third movie, that's here. Because in the end of the day, this is another Michael Bay Transformers film. Mark Wahlberg, I think he did a pretty good job here. I liked him here better than I did in the last movie, and they put a nice twist to his character in the third act where he is more important to the storyline now, and you kind of really care for him. Josh Duhamel is back in this movie because he was in every movie except the fourth one for some reason, but he's back in this movie and I expected a lot from his character. But really, his character is just not as likable as he was in, per se, the third movie, because he just feels like a whole different character. Anthony Hopkins was another person I was really looking forward to in this movie, and even though he is important to the storyline, I just didn't feel his character too appealing to me. He just wasn't as interesting as I thought he was going to be. Laura Haddock is also in this movie. She is a love interest to Mark Wahlberg, if it already isn't too obvious by seeing the trailers. I think that she is one of the strongest female leads in this franchise, if not the strongest, because her character is just so damn likable. You just really like her character and how she is this like intelligent female character that's trying to help with this situation. And not only that, but the whole love interest thing between her and Mark Wahlberg gets pretty predictable, but in the end you do like her character. Isabella Moner, I thought she did a really good job. Remember, she comes straight from Nickelodeon. After Nickelodeon, she went to do that Middle School, The Worst Years of My Life movie, which I think that she did the a pretty good job in that movie. And then here, she also, I really like her performance, but her character, I thought she was going to be in most of the movie. And she was only in the movie for about 30 minutes at most. But her acting, she filmed this movie first, and then she did the sequel to Sicario, Soldado. And I already saw Soldado. I saw it at a test screening back in May, so before I saw this movie, and I thought she did a fantastic job in Soldado. So I really expected for her to do a fantastic job in this movie, and she did just good. But she did this movie before she did Soldado, so probably her acting skills got way better. Don't get me wrong, she was really good in this movie, just that her acting in Soldado was just fantastic. It's just another Transformers movie directed by Michael Bay. I mean, even I have friends that hate the Transformers franchise, and they thought that this movie was decent. So you know this movie is at least decent. And I guess the reason why I really enjoyed this movie is because I already expected all this from Transformers. I've grew up watching these movies for the last 10 years, and I already know what to expect when I walk into a Transformers movie. I expect to see robots punching the hell out of each other, CGI and explosions. I expect all of that, and that's what I got in this movie. And not only that, but this is another solid entry to this franchise. And if you haven't noticed, there's a pattern going on here where the first one's good, second one's bad, third one's good, fourth one's bad, and now the fifth one is good. So it's another solid entry to this franchise, and I'm glad this actually tried to be something new, and it was a good Transformers film. I noticed I'm not being too critical on this movie, but I'm not trying to be critical on this movie because I do enjoy this franchise. I guess you could say I'm a fan of this franchise, even though I don't like the second movie, and I like the fourth movie, but I can admit that it's a bad movie. I still enjoy these movies, and I already expected all of this. So as a regular movie, if I were being critical, I would be able to give this movie a B or a B minus. But just the Transformers fan inside of me is saying that this is a full price worthy film, and that's why I'm going to give this film a B plus. I forgot to talk about the IMAX, but I think that the IMAX, for me, the ratio change wasn't too distracting as it was to other people, and I think that the 3D was utilized well in the action scenes, and it's definitely something seeing it in IMAX. So if you could still see it in IMAX, then that'd be awesome, because I really like the ratio change, and this was actually filmed in IMAX 3D, so even better. I forgot to tell you guys, the 3D projector broke halfway through the movie, but then like 10 minutes after they fixed it, and we kept on seeing the movie in 3D, but they gave us free passes after, so everything was fine. But anyways, have you guys seen this movie? If you guys seen it, please let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section down below. What do you think of this franchise? Do you hate it? Do you think it's guilty pleasure like I do think it is? As always, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.